What's up, guys? Welcome back to A Week in the Power program. Yesterday, we did a dynamic effort upper body day with some shoulders and arms. Today, we're just gonna be doing a dynamic effort lower body. So for the lower body stuff, all we're gonna do is dynamic effort. We're gonna move fast. We're gonna do some plyometrics, do some speed deadlifts, speed squats, speed lunges, superset with a plyometric every time. Basically just flush out the muscle, move fast. We're gonna start with a dynamic warm up, try to break a little sweat. We're gonna do some plyometrics right after that, and then we're gonna move onto the barbell for some speed deadlifts. The end of our active warm-up. So now we're just gonna go, today we're just gonna go straight into the speed deadlift. So we're gonna superset. We'll go 5 by 3, some speed deadlifts, and then between every set, we're just gonna do 3 broad jumps as far as possible. We'll reset every time, jump out as far as possible, rest for 60 to 90 seconds, and then be back up on the deadlift. Kind of like yesterday, I usually just go based off how I'm feeling that day. So if I'm feeling beat up, I probably won't go as heavy. But really, the way to determine that is, am I moving the weight fast? So you want to think about moving the weight as fast as possible and just not letting your form break down, so you're not grinding through any reps. If you have to grind at all, then it's going to be too heavy today, and it's going to have an impact on your recovery. So that's the biggest thing. If you go too heavy, it's going to negatively impact your recovery, and then it's going to be hard to keep maintaining the type of volume that we do in this program. I did a couple sets at 505. That's probably on the higher end of what you would ever want to do speed work. It's like close to 70% of my 1 rep max right now. So did a few sets there. I'm gonna strip it back down, try to move it a little bit faster in my last few sets. You don't really want to work the eccentric side of it too much today. So you're gonna explode up. You can keep your hands on the bar and then kind of just drop back down, reset, and then go into the next rep. Right after we're done with that, we're gonna do 3 broad jumps. Jumping as far as you can is going to take a toll on your body a little bit. A good way to reduce the impact completely but still get the most out of the movement, you can just set up a band on the rack, and then you're just going to put the bands on like a backpack. Isn't going to give you a ton of resistance on the jump. It's going to give you resistance in the air, and it's going to give you assistance on the landing. So it's going to deload your landing a little bit. With the band, it gives a little bit of confidence. So when you start training on the band, then you get off the band, you start landing in a better position a lot of the time. So you just step out with the band somewhat tight. Same thing, you're just gonna come out, explode, land, in a deep position, and then just walk it back. Next up, we're gonna be doing a band resisted speed squat. So using the bands, I like to use the bands on the speed squat because it's just gonna allow you to drive all the way through the weight, and the bar's not gonna float off your back at the top. So at the bottom, it's not gonna be as heavy, obviously, and as you drive through, it gets a little heavier on the way up. then we're gonna be supersetting that with just a depth jump. You stand up on a box. The goal on this is gonna be minimal ground contact time. So we'll step off the box, explode up, so you're gonna land in a good position. Oh, you come back up. So try to think about not letting your heels touch. They're probably gonna touch, but the goal is to not let your heels touch on the ground. So you don't wanna be doing one of these. That just defeats the purpose. We don't wanna jump and load. We wanna jump, land loaded, and then explode. And then just continue that way. So we're gonna be doing 5 sets of 3 on each, the band resisted speed squat and depth jumps. Last speed thing we're gonna be doing today is a reverse lunge, speed reverse lunge. So we're just gonna come down under control, try to explode up, get that hip through before you put your other foot down. So avoid doing one of these. That's not, you're just doing basically a squat if you do that. If you wanna do it like you're gonna basically be jumping off that leg, just explode up before you put your other foot down. We're gonna superset that with some cycle jumps. Start with a 3-second pause, 2 jumps, land on the same leg, pause for 3 seconds, recover, switch legs, do the same thing. So it'll be here. You're gonna 1, 2, 3, jump, 2 jumps. 1, 2, 3. Just work on body control, being able to land and explode, land and pause, and control your body. The last thing we got today, I just basically call it like a durability circuit. So we're working kind of like rehab movements. So we're gonna do some core. We're gonna do the 4-way hip, just a ton of volume. We're gonna be doing a 90-degree back extension. So just super high volume, no weight right now. Just pump some blood into our low back, into our hips, and then just some core work on the reverse hyper. So we're just gonna do basically some slanted leg lifts, holding onto the handles. We're gonna go through it 3 times, high volume, 20 reps, and then we'll do like 15 each way on the 4-way hip. Now, squeeze our glutes to stop. That wraps it up for our dynamic effort lower body day today. If you're liking these training videos, just give it a thumbs up and I'll keep doing them. Our goal is to basically try to put out at least a week of training every month so you guys can follow along, hopefully learn something and get something out of it. Tomorrow, if you want to tune in, we're going to be doing a high volume upper body day. Thanks for watching and see you tomorrow.